Thanksgiving is fast upon us, so it's time to get those Turkey Day plans in order. Here is my guide on how to do Thanksgiving the right way, the Big Back way. Tips, hints, tricks, and deeply held beliefs. You better listen up. Thanksgiving is your chance to prepare an all you can eat smorgasbord at home, so let's not squander it. It's time to go big or go somewhere else for Thanksgiving. Usually, Thanksgiving works one of two ways. In a lot of families, you have like a potluck situation where everybody brings like one or two dishes. And then in some families, it all rests on the shoulders of one lone Thanksgiving warrior. And that's me. That's the model I operate under. If you're the type of guy that likes to make a big Thanksgiving extravaganza like me, almost inevitably, a few weeks before Thanksgiving, somebody in your family is going to approach you and try to talk you down, try to talk you out of the big production you normally do. Hey, why don't we just do something simple this year? Why don't we just sort of keep it low key? Why don't we just make a chicken? There's not going to be that many people. We could just make a chicken. All we need is a chicken, and we can just make a few sides. We don't have to make a bunch of sides. Why don't we just grill some steaks or something? And I don't care if it's your mom or if it's your grandma or whoever. You shut your whore mouth. You get the ironing board and set it up. We're going to need it to put dishes on when we run out of counter space. Any respectable Thanksgiving warrior will tell you that the feast cannot be prepared in one day. No mere mortal can do it. Not even 2 days. Your work starts well in advance. Start on Monday at least. Do your shopping, get your turkey defrosted, start brining it. You can start making a lot of things ahead of time. Start making your stuffings, your casseroles, your cranberry sauce, your desserts. Get everything prepped and ready to roll. That way, Thursday morning, you're ready to roll up your sleeves and cook with the best of them. One of the most important areas of shopping for Thanksgiving is the alcohol. You're going to want to make sure you have enough. You might be at the liquor store going, I think maybe I got too much booze here. I think this is a little too much for a family gathering. And I'm here to tell you, grab another bottle. It's not enough. Your family's coming over. And a lot of those people are, you know what I'm saying? Let's get down to business. Now, a lot of people are really intimidated by making a turkey. But really, it's quite simple once you learn the anatomy of a turkey. Now, this is key. This is important. You got to brine your turkey. A few days before Thanksgiving, your turkey should look like this. If you ain't brining, you ain't dining. A lot of people seem to think that turkey's dry or bland or just not very good. And I'm here to tell you, if you're that type of person, it's not the turkey's fault. Whoever is making your turkey at Thanksgiving, whether it's you or somebody in your family, they have no idea what they're doing. Because when you make turkey right, you can make it delicious. You got to brine it. You got to season it. Garlic, salt, pepper, herbs. Cover it in butter. Get a meat thermometer. Cook it until it's perfect inside. Don't overcook it. Now let's talk gravy. Now when you cook your turkey, there's going to be drippings in the bottom of the pan. Do not discard those. That's liquid gold. That's what you make your gravy out of. So go ahead and put those in a pan and put some flour in there and make a roux and keep adding stock till you got a nice, thick, delicious gravy. It's going to be delicious. When you pour it over those mashed potatoes, it's going to be like hot fudge on top of ice cream. Yeah. And don't be a Henry half-ass. Don't be buying those little gravy packets where you just add hot water or those jar gravies. You're an adult. As an adult, you should know how to make a proper gravy. When it comes to cranberry sauce, I have very strong opinions. I am team homemade cranberry sauce. It's one of the easiest things to make. It's like 3 or 4 ingredients. Takes no time. I don't understand why so many people are obsessed with canned cranberry sauce because it forms into some sort of jello mold. Take your little can and kick it down the street. Now, while you're preparing the feast, this should be on in the background. The 1987 buddy comedy, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with Steve Martin and John Candy. It's a Thanksgiving classic. It's part of the Thanksgiving fiber. You got to watch it at least once. For some reason, I think watching it makes the food taste better. On to a Thanksgiving staple, deviled eggs. Everybody loves deviled eggs. People can eat copious amounts of deviled eggs, superhuman amounts of deviled eggs. Everybody loves them, so make sure you make plenty. Make cases and cases of deviled eggs, dozens and dozens and dozens of deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are delicious, and they provide the most deadly component of the Thanksgiving farts. As for the stuffing, do not settle on this. This is fine for a regular night. You're cooking a little dinner, you need a quick side item, fine. But on Thanksgiving, we ought to be rising to a higher level. You, as a functional adult in society, should have a go-to dressing or stuffing that you do every Thanksgiving. If you don't have one, explore some options. There's cornbread stuffing, there's oyster dressing, I like to make a stuffing that's got apples and sausage, French bread, garlic, onions, sage, all types of stuff in there. Explore the space. There's so many variations on it. Find one you like and learn how to make it well. Now this is a quintessential item, the Yan casserole. A lot of different variations on the Yan casserole. You know, sometimes people put pecans or raisins, sometimes pineapple in there, you know, brown sugar, sometimes maple syrup. Whatever you do, what is key is those perfectly toasted marshmallows on top. You see how nice that bed of marshmallows is on top of those sweet potatoes? You want to lay them on there thick, like a BBW. And you want to leave it in that oven until those marshmallows are perfectly bruleed on the top. Now, while macaroni is not typically considered a traditional Thanksgiving item, I dare you to have Thanksgiving dinner and not have macaroni in attendance. Thanksgiving macaroni should look like this. Don't just be bringing some sort of easy mac in a pot. That's not what we're looking for here. Thanksgiving mac is special. It's cooked in the oven. It's gooey and cheesy. Look at that. You see this macaroni? How the cheese is nice and brown on top, how it's custard style, nice and congealed and baked in that pan. A lot of people don't know how to make good macaroni. And if you're white, I say go and ask one of your black friends or coworkers and they'll set you straight. Almost inevitably, at some point while you're in the trenches cooking, somebody is going to come up to you and offer to help. And it's okay to let them. But you make sure they give you the respect you deserve as the Thanksgiving warrior. If you tell your cousin to open the oven and put the rolls in there, you make sure he says, "Yes, chef," afterwards. Yes, this is the bear. When you get done making that feast, you walk out of that kitchen and you take a bow. And all those people, they ought to be applauding because you're the Thanksgiving warrior and you demand respect. Don't you dare let them relegate you to the kiddie table again this year. You ain't sitting there. You're grown. You deserve more respect than the kiddie table. And if your grandpa brings in the kidney stones he recently passed in a jar to show everyone, you just say, "Wow, that's a really big one. I bet that hurt."